Hello, YouTube. This bronze statuette of the Gallic god Sucellus in the Walters Art Gallery in Baltimore in the United States. It was found in France, and it dates back to the first or second century AD. Sucellus is the main deity of the Gallic pantheon. His attributes are a cup or a ladle in his hands and a hammer. It is surprising that this particular statuette is considered to be the earliest and most high-quality image of Sucellus. Compare it with the latest statuette of Sucellus, and you will see it in the photos attached to this video. As we can see, the statuette from Baltimore differs from the later one strikingly, both in quality and in the level of craftsmanship. For some reason, no one is surprised that it used to be better in the olden days. Why is the older statuette made so high quality that even the muscles and folds of the cloth are visible? But the most amazing thing is the mysterious device behind Sucellus' back. It is difficult to find analogues from world history for it. And in fact, there are no official hypotheses of what it is at all. I think there was a very advanced civilization with high tech before our era. And later it fell into disrepair, but traces, footprints of it remained, both material and cultural. That is, later people tried to imitate what was before them. And some names of the gods and their attributes have been preserved, but the meaning of many of them has already been lost for centuries. And people primitively explain the inaccessible knowledge to their understanding. Only in our time, when our technologies began to catch up with those that have long ago disappeared, we began to guess about the true purpose of certain things left over the past centuries, and how many buildings and structures were actually built. But we still don't know about many things, and we don't know what this mysterious tool behind the Gallic god is and what was its purpose. But look at it, it's amazing. As for the ancestors of the modern French, at least some of them, though the Gauls lived for centuries in much of Europe, most of what we know about them comes from their enemies, the Romans, who considered the Gauls living on the borders of their empire as savage antagonists. In 391 BC, during the time of the Roman Republic, the Gauls sacked the city, creating a general hatred for the Celts that lasted for centuries. That's one reason Julius Caesar campaigned to subjugate the Gauls, which began in 58 BC. That's why it was so popular among the Romans. While Caesar's war, which was ultimately successful, was supported by the people, many in the Roman Senate decried his brutal tactics and seeming lust for power. And some even suggested that he should be handed over to the enemy. Very interesting. Sucellus, powerful and widely worshipped Celtic god. Again, his iconographic symbols were usually his mallet and the libation saucers or cup, indicative of his powers of protection and provision. His Irish equivalent seems to be the Dagda. Sucellus was probably one of the Gaulish gods who were equated by Julius Caesar with the Roman god Despater, from whom, according to Caesar, all the Gauls believed themselves to be descended. Sucellus was sometimes portrayed with a cask of liquid or with a drinking vessel, which may indicate that he was one of the gods who presided at the otherworld feast. He was also often accompanied by a dog. The Druids, the early Celtic priesthood, by the way, look at my previous videos about them. Well, they taught the doctrine of transmigration of souls and discussed the nature and power of the gods. The Irish believed in otherworld, imagined sometimes as underground and sometimes as islands in the sea. This is very interesting. Think about the new islands, artificial islands that are to be created in the future on our planet. The talk is out there. their own island governments populated by wealthy people with a lot of means to achieve what they want. Now, the other world for the Irish was variously called the land of the living, delightful plain, and land of the young. Of course, land of the young. Look at the Silicon Valley, tycoons who are created the new drugs to be forever young. Anyway, it was believed to be a country where there was no sickness and no old age or death, where happiness lasted forever and 100 years was as one day. It was similar to the Elysium of the Greeks and may have belonged to ancient Indo-European tradition. In Celtic eschatology, as noted in the Irish vision of or voyage tales, a beautiful girl approaches the hero and sings to him of this happy land. He follows her and they sail away in a boat of glass and are not seen anymore, or else he returns after a short time to find that all his companions are dead, for he was really been away for hundreds of years, just like the space travel, right? Sometimes the hero sets out on a quest and a magic mist descends upon him. Look at my video about very strange fog that basically makes humans travel in time without their knowledge. Well, the Irish hero finds himself before a palace and enters to find a warrior and a beautiful girl who make him welcome. The warrior may be the Mananan or Luch himself, may be the one who receives him, and after strange adventures, the hero returns successfully. These Irish tales, some of which date from the 8th century, are infused with the magic quality that is found 400 years later in the Arthurian romances, and if you look at my videos about time travel, about people who vanish and reappear, you will find similar themes in the Eurasian legends, tales, and reports from antiquity. Thank you for your attention to my work. If you can support my research, please do so. You will find links on how to do it, to PayPal, to Patreon, and I will bring you more interesting stories and evidence of the past great advanced civilizations that might not have disappeared from this planet and may be having remnants deep underground or under the surface of the oceans, but you can see it in my other videos. Thank you.